Hi, I'm Paul from VeloX, and I've solved my biggest issue with the G Line. Come join me to find out what I've done and what is my biggest issue with the G Line. So if you've watched a previous video about my G Line review, the main point that I didn't 100% like about the G Line was the handlebar position, and I felt as though there was just too much weight on my hands. Now, I build wheels a lot, and especially in the summer, my hands do get a little bit tired. So the last thing I want to do is go out riding all the time and there be pressure on the hands. For me, the lower handlebar position just meant that I wouldn't be taking it on super long rides, which is a shame because it's a very capable, very easy bike to ride. So I've now sorted that out, and I'm going to explain what I believe the issue with the handlebars that came with the bikes, the Brompton handlebars, and we'll show you what I've done to overcome it. And I've gone on a test ride and I don't have any pressure on my hands. So boom, it's already sorted itself out. Let's go. So these are the original Brompton handlebars. They've got a 31.8 oversized clamp, which is great because that's the most common handlebar clamp size. So it has meant that I have been able to upgrade them. They're 650mm wide and they have a kind of rise. But what Brompton say is, see this mark here? They say where it says 650. Oh, it says it all on there. Brilliant. I didn't need to measure it. Excellent. I measured it all for you with a tape measure and I could have just read it on there. So it says 650mm, 70mm rise, 31.8, 4-degree back sweep, 10-degree up sweep. And what they say is there's a space in the middle of the stem and you should just get those markings there to just disappear, and that's your position. So it almost leaves it back the way. And they said that's the most optimal position, and then you can change it to suit your riding style. Now let me tell you the issue. If you bring this up like this, then you get your rise. But the issue is these don't flatten off, so they continue to rise. Whereas what you want is you want them to flatten off, which if they did flatten off, it would then affect that position, because then that would be all off. So then what happens if you want the rise, and I've tried this, I'm a bit obsessive. When I get a new bike, the handlebars, I can spend months just trying to find the perfect position. I went to the New Forest and was trying it, and I've been trying it lots. So trust me on this. So if you want it in this position here, that's not really a natural position for your hand. Your hand wants to be like that. So what happens is you end up getting loads of pain here. That's what I did anyway. So that isn't the best position. So because of that, I then had to go back to that to have a flat handlebar for my hands. But then that meant that I was too far forward and my body was too far forward. So I struggled. So whilst I think it's very clever in terms of what they've done and people have commented on it, I think the rise and then a continual rise is fundamentally flawed if you want a different position. But thankfully, Brompton have gone for not a weird size clamp, and it's just a regular size clamp. So I've been able to sort it out. My first plan was to fit the Ritchie buzzard bars. They're kind of like some old school retro, real massive rise. I thought it'd be quite comical to put them on, and they worked with the fold as well. They were brilliant, but unfortunately, I didn't comprehend, and I should have because I'm a bike mechanic. I would have had to increase all of the hoses and everything, and that's quite a big job and a big commitment. Also, I wouldn't have been able to test the bars, so I didn't want to commit to them. But we had another set of handlebars for another project, which we'll reveal in a couple of months. And these are the bars I've used. The Pro LT handlebars. Pro are Shimano's finishing kit brand. These have got a 40mm rise, and they, as you can tell, once the rises happen, they flatten off. So you're not like that, you're in a more natural position. They come 800mm wide, and I've taken 70mm off each end. So we're looking at 660, so 10mm wider than the standard Brompton bars. And they are epic. Really good solution for this issue if you have it with the G Line. I haven't had to extend any of the hoses. They're all good, or the gear cable. So it's just fitted on brilliantly. It still folds as well. And I went out and for quite a vigorous ride yesterday, and where I would have had pain and just been a bit uncomfortable, I didn't even think about it. I was just able to sit in the position and really enjoy it. Also get up on the bike a bit more. So feel like, you know, if there's a bit of an uphill, I was really kind of connected standing up on a bike, which you would do with a mountain bike. So for me, I'm really happy. I'm not going to take the G Line out and be like, okay, I've got to think about my handlebar position. And then you start getting uncomfortable and then thinking about it and then over analyzing it. Whereas yesterday, nothing. And today, yeah, nothing at all. So to conclude, I'm really happy. I think the old handlebars, which are just over there, will go in a box, and I'm not going to be using them because I'm going to be using these. I really like the way the logo looks. I was thinking, oh, the other ones are black and it suits the bike, but I actually think this logo pops the handlebars out. So I'm really happy, and I hope I've been able to get it across that mainly I wanted a rise, but I wanted the handlebars to taper down or taper level, not up, because that just wasn't, nothing was happy with that. Too much weight in certain places. I've gone for the ODI grips, which I've had before. They're really nice, and it's good to go. I reckon I could start thinking about touring on the bike now with these bars, and probably not need bar ends or anything, just as it is. So I'm really happy. It's a really good solution. They're great bars. We love Pro and Shimano, and we love their finishing kit. So a really good option. It's the Pro LT 800mm with a 40mm rise. Thanks for watching, and we hope you found this useful. If you like it, please subscribe.